Hi, this is Lizzie B from Cotton and Curls, and I'm going to show you today how to alter your pants. You can either make them into skinnies or into bell bottoms, or you can just make them smaller. What you will need is a pair of scissors, fabric marker, some pins, and some matching thread. I'm going to use white today so you can see what I'm doing. And you, of course, will need some pants to alter. For this pair, we are going to do skinnies. So you first pull them inside out. And put them on. So now you take your fabric marker and you need to start pinching, yes, a very awkward place, but crucial if you want it to be smaller, this crotch area, and you mark how much smaller you want it by pinching and marking. Make sure that you're holding the two sides flat and together how they were sewn. And now when you get about here, about right above your knee, you want to start marking the other side as well, keeping your leg more center. Because if you don't, and you only mark down this side, which is a mistake I made plenty of times, and many other people make on other YouTube videos, is you'll start getting just a bunchiness on one side, and it'll look really awkward. So you just need to make sure that you kind of grip and mark all the way down. Now when you get to your ankle, if that's where you want it to stop, just kind of mark where your ankle is and make sure you're standing on it so you kind of know where that is. And remember, when you cut it, you're going to be adding another inch and a half for seam allowance. Now you align the seams, and you always start at the crotch. And then you pin. Make sure that you pull the fabric perfectly straight. You don't have to do a lot. You know, when I'm in a hurry, I don't even pin. But if you want to make this really accurate and stuff, you want to pin. You want to get your pinned and marked jeans on your sewing machine. You always start at the crotch, and then you work your way down one leg, and you work your way down the other leg on the inner side of your pants. Then you start on the outside of your pants on both sides. Keep in mind that if your jeans have decorative stitches on the outside, that is going to be covered. So if there's decorative stitches on the outside of your leg, you may not want to make those pants into skinny jeans. The biggest point is you need to taper. Tapering is the biggest deal, otherwise you have a big clump in your jeans. So you always kind of have to start a lot higher than where it first was marked, and kind of go along the seam there, and then go in gradually. And it's always better to sew smaller than what you've got marked, because you can always go back and re-sew. So after you sew, turn it right side out and make sure that they fit. If they don't, just turn them inside out again and make the corrections. Then you need to cut and iron, like I will show you with my next tutorial. Now I'm going to show you how to do bell bottoms. So now that we're on to bell bottoms, it's a whole lot easier than skinny jeans. You still need to turn them inside out and mark them, but this time you'll only need to mark the crotch down to about mid-knee. And if you want, if they're really baggy jeans, then you'll also want to do just a little bit on the outside of the knees. But remember that decorative stitch tip, that you don't want to mess with that because it could look a little weird. So next, after you mark them, you take them off and you pin them. After you pin them, you sew them starting at the crotch and you taper your way down to the knee. Make sure before you cut that you reinforce your seams by doing a normal seam allowance. Then when you go to iron, you need to make sure that you lay both sides flat on the opposite side of the seam and iron it down, and then you want to turn it right side out and iron it again and make sure it's nice and flat. Now at this point, which I might go back and do, but a lot of times I don't if they're really tight, I will add a little top stitch along the side of my jean and sometimes the inside of my jean to kind of have it lay even more flat. But these are tight enough that I don't really have to do it. This is the tutorial for making your jeans smaller. Bell bottoms are skinnies, and I hope you guys can go home and do something to your old or unused jeans. And if you have any questions, visit my blog at cottonandcurls.blogspot.com or email me at cottonandcurls@gmail.com. Thanks.